Hi everybody, I'm Mike Earps with AudioCodes. I'm going to speak a little bit about our company. Can you hear? Yeah? Okay. Speak a little bit about our company as well as some of our solutions and products that we offer related to Skype for Business and how it might help with your voice deployments of Skype for Business. Also, Tatik's going to be handing out some Super Bob shirts, so feel free to take those and enjoy. Now you got to throw them with the gun. All right, so a little bit about AudioCodes. We're based in Israel, headquartered in Israel, and we've been in the voice over IP space since for 20 years, and we're a publicly traded company. We have our, as I mentioned, headquarters in Israel, as well as headquarters here in the U.S., in New Jersey, Canada, and other parts of the world, with support around the world as well. So in the Skype for Business space, or the Microsoft space, we've been in the game since the beginning, starting with Exchange in the LCS, moving on into OCS, Link, and now Skype for Business. So all of our products have evolved through that life cycle with the enhancements to Microsoft's solutions, and also our services and solutions around those offerings by Microsoft. So some of the things that we focus on from a solutions perspective related to coexistence migration from a voice perspective to allow you to utilize your existing PBX or PSTN functionality or hardware that you have in place today. And then we also focus on call recording, compliance recording. So in cases where it's required to provide that voice recording, whether it be for compliance or the business needs, we have those solutions as well. From a security prevention perspective, our session border controllers and gateways can sit on the edge of the network to protect the voice infrastructure. Resiliency and recovery, from a survivable branch appliance perspective at the branch sites, provide that voice survivability, and also our one-box solution to provide full capabilities in cases of issues with the internal network. From devices and productivity perspective, we also have our IP phone line that I'll touch on here in just a bit, allowing us to provide those devices to the actual users on the endpoints. And also our all-in-one solution, being OneBox 365, I'll touch on as well. That is basically Skype for Business or Link in a single chassis, along with the gateway and SBC. So to get you up and running quick, easy, and provide that capability. And wrapped around all of our products is our professional services and support teams to help to deploy the products quickly and easily, and also there to support you from a day two perspective. So what are the products that we have that are Microsoft's certified products? Starting with our OneBox 365. Again, all-in-one solution. Our gateways that can also be survivable branch appliances. Our IP phones to provide those devices on-prem. Session border controllers to provide that SIP trunk connectivity. Applications such as call recording, fax over IP, IVR, auto attendant, things of that nature. And with our professional services, we have the ability to help deploy those things as well as prepare and plan for the network requirements around the products. So a little bit about the IP phones. We have today 3 certified different phones, with the 4th on the way, being all scaling from a small, cost-effective solution all the way up to the higher end executive type phones. And all these phones pretty much have the same functionality. One of the more newer features is the Better Together over Ethernet, allowing you to utilize the phone connected to your PC and use your phone as basically your headset device as opposed to having two separate devices. Also some of the things as well on the larger models, BLFs to see the presence of your contact users, and full support for the Skype for Business codecs, including Silk. Now, with the phones in the Skype for Business space, you also have the requirement to manage these devices. Obviously, you put the phone out there on the network, and they're sort of lost on just sitting on the desk. But if you need to monitor them or update them, things of that nature. So we have our software also to help to manage the products from a day two perspective, allowing you to see the status of the phone, if it's connected to the network, if it's disconnected from the network, if it needs software upgrade, things of that nature. You'll be able to see all that within a simple web GUI and manage those phones. From a gateway SBC perspective, many different perspectives that the products can be utilized for, whether it be connecting to a SIP trunk, traditional T1, E1 analog devices, or connecting into third-party PBXs like an Avaya, Cisco, things of that nature, to provide that interoperability between Skype for Business and the existing PBX infrastructure. As far as the different products that we have, SBCs and gateways related, we have our pure SBCs in the medians, software if you require some sort of virtualized application and are not looking to add any additional hardware, and also our hybrid SBCs that can do both session border controllers as well as traditional TDM connectivity with T1s, E1s, or analog lines. On top of those gateways and SBCs, we also have the ability to add the survivable branch appliance offering, which will provide full voice survivability in the Skype for Business space. So in cases where the connectivity to that home branch, the home data center goes down, those users at the branch site can still have voice capability, utilize those SIP trunks, T1s at the branch to meet those regulations and requirements of those users at the branch site. Now, a little bit about what this particular session is really wrapped around is our AudioCodes OneBox 365, which we're demoing here at our booth. And today we have three different flavors of the OneBox. But essentially what this is not only a gateway SBC that we have from a traditional perspective, but it also has all the link or Skype for Business bits built into it. So the front-end server, mediation server, edge server, everything you need to have that Skype for Business deployment. So from a usability perspective with OneBox, we see really a few different aspects to how it could be beneficial for you folks. One being bringing voice to O365. So today we learned a lot about the next generation of O365 with its cloud PBX offering. But for those instances where outside the US today, where you cannot get that functionality, we can utilize OneBox to provide that voice capability into O365, leverage those user licenses that you folks already have, and again provide that voice capability. From a PBX perspective, we also see it utilized as a small footprint PBX, a full UC solution, where you can basically have a very small footprint from a hardware perspective and get the full Skype for Business suite of features deployed very simply and easily on-prem. Branch office solution as well. In cases where the SBA is not enough, where it's just a voice capability, we have the ability to utilize OneBox in the branch site as a full front-end pool, so that if that connectivity to the data center does go down, those users at the branch site have full Skype for Business capability, including conferencing, presence, federation, things of that nature. So it really gives sort of that next level of survivability compared to the SBAs. And finally, from a piloting perspective, again, small footprint to get everything up and running quite easily. Test out Skype for Business, see if it's beneficial for your environment, and see if the use case is there to really scale up to a larger size deployment. And really, the next couple slides are really just reiterating a couple of things that we talked about here as far as the hybrid environment, making the ability to have that voice and leverage your O365 licenses, whether it be the E4 or the new E5 license coming out. We have that capability. far as remote deployment, again, for that full survivability there at the branch site, to give that full survivability and functionality. Standalone deployment, again, as sort of like a PBX replacement where we maybe compete with some of the other smaller type vendors from a Skype for Business perspective. And finally, the pilots. Again, small footprint, get everything up and running quickly and easily. And that's really it, what we have from our perspective. If you have any questions, feel free to stop by our booth right here. We're demoing the full one-box capabilities there, so we're glad to show you folks that, as well as our IP phones. So thank you very much, and appreciate your time.